You have no idea how many times I've tried to film this video today and it hasn't worked out. Hopefully this time is the last time. I'm gonna start with my SPF. This is Dr. Jart Every Sunday Mineral Sunscreen UVA UVB Protection Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Plus Sunscreen. This is a good mineral sunscreen. It has a little bit of scent to it, which I'm not a fan of. I wish it wasn't scented, like a citrusy scent. I have used this one up before, and I also have used the Korean version, which wasn't the same as this. I actually this time liked the one that was in the US, which is this one. If you are new here, hi, my name is Fatemeh, and if you haven't watched my videos before, I have a very sensitive, very dry skin, and most of the sunscreens that are chemical in the US will burn my skin. So for the longest time I was using the chemical sunscreens from the Korean markets, but now that we don't have that option, I'm trying to find good mineral sunscreens for my skin in US at Sephora and at Ulta mostly. I thought it had more scent, but actually the scent doesn't bother me at all. This is very comfortable, not too shiny, not too glowy. It has a white cast, but after I rubbed it in, it looks better. But for mineral sunscreens that don't have a tint, I usually don't wear them alone. I usually wear something on top of it. For example, a skin tint and a skin tint that has SPF in it too, or a foundation. For my foundation slash skin tint, I'm torn between these two. This is the Live Tinted Hue Guard Tint Skin Tint SPF 50 Mineral Sunscreen. And this one is Naked Sundays Beauty Screen Mineral Peptide Foundation Tint SPF 50. I have used this before and I love it. This one I only swatched it once. Since I haven't used this one before, let me use this in this video. I know how I feel about this one. This is a beautiful skin tint. It is very glowy and it looks really good on the skin. I have shade 9 in this one. It is a bit dark for me, but in summer it works. The Naked Sunday shade range was a bit finicky to choose from, so the one that I have chosen is actually a little bit too pink for me, but that's okay. We can fix it with everything else. I'm gonna use BK Beauty 106 brush. It might not show up on camera, but it has a little bit too much pink in it. In camera, it actually looks more yellow, and that's why I made a mistake. I don't know why in camera it looks a lot more yellow. I picked this shade up based on the swatches. Shade is 2.5, and this is a mineral sunscreen if I didn't mention it. I think I did. Since this is a very thin consistency, the shade match is not horrible and it didn't cover too much, which I like. This looks very skin-like. No clinging to dry patches. I have some dry patches around here that have been there for a while now. Obviously it's not gonna hide them, but it is not clinging to them and making them look worse. I like it. There is no scent in this foundation or skin tint. I'm gonna apply a little bit more with my fingers to feel the texture. Yes, this is a very thin complexion product, so it's not gonna give you a lot of coverage, but it is gonna hide some of your imperfections. It is very comfortable on the skin. I don't feel it at all. I wish the shade match was a little bit better. I'm usually good at matching myself online, but I had a very hard time with this one. Very, very thin texture. This is impressive for a mineral skin tint. It is giving me a lot of hydration too, which my skin needs right now, so it is working out great for me. No burning sensation, no feeling uncomfortable, and these two worked great together. For my concealer, I'm gonna use my Sia Cosmetics concealer. This is Conceal and Protect SPF 50 Concealer and Corrector. With this one, I'm gonna use Anissa Beauty Angle Concealer Brush. This is how the concealer looks like. It is a great concealer. A bit drying for under my eyes, but that is probably because of the mineral sunscreens in there. I think this is gonna work on top of this skin tint because the skin tint is very moisturizing. I have the shade 04N, and what is interesting is that these have expiration date on them. For me, this is considered a full coverage concealer. This is also a very thick concealer, so if you're not a fan of thick concealers, don't pick this one up. It doesn't crease under my eyes too much. I wouldn't say this is my favorite concealer, but it is among the good ones. I'll show you close up how much it covers in a minute. Usually with this one, I don't need a color corrector. I mean, I could use one, but I don't need it too much. I'm putting a little bit on my eyelids as a base for my eyeshadow. I'm gonna blend these two with BK Beauty 210. This is how the skin looks so far. I like the combination of these two together. The Sia Cosmetics skin tint sometimes is a bit too dry for me, but this one is a tad more moisturizing, and these two together, the concealer and the skin tint, work really well. I'm gonna first do a quick eyeshadow look with this eyeshadow from YSL. This is one of their newer colors, 720. This is the one that looks a lot like 100 Stora dolls, I believe. I recently picked this one up, so I wanted to try it out. I'm going to do a quick eyeshadow look and be back to apply everything else. I used the YSL palette, the Elf Lash Extender Mascara, and the Jones Road Brow Gel. I will probably put a short video of this eye look for you guys to see. I am obsessed with the quality of this eyeshadow. This is so creamy, so beautiful. I don't know what took me so long to try one of these. Now that I know how good these are, I'm gonna probably pick up one more shade, which is Stora Dolls 100. Or maybe I might pick up a more purple color. I'll see what they have and I'll decide based on that. I'm gonna use my bronzer. This is CL Sculpt and Protect SPF 30. In my full face of Sia Cosmetics, I used their bronzing drops. Those are very beautiful, but the color didn't match me too good. So I decided to pick up this one. I didn't pick up the lighter shade. I picked up 02 medium because it looked like this one is a bit more neutral. And everyone was saying a lot of good things about this one compared to bronzing drops. So I decided to pick it up and see how it looks. I feel like it is a bit too warm, but we'll see. This is also SPF makeup, but this one is SPF 30. I think the bronzing drops were SPF 50. This is how it looks like. The packaging is not very luxurious in this one. It is a plastic packaging. Yeah, I think this one is gonna be a bit too warm for me, but that's okay. We'll put it on and we'll see how it looks. This is number 2 medium in their Sculpt and Protect SPF 30. I'm gonna use the same brush that I used for my foundation, and I'm gonna draw it on my face straight. I'm gonna go little by little. This is not too hard to blend out. That was one of my worries. I thought this is a little bit too drying for my liking, but I think it is actually blending out nicely. Not a very dark full coverage color either, so that helps too. It actually has a little bit more red than I thought. I think it looks good. This is not a contour shade, but I'm gonna apply it to my jawline anyways. This way we can see how warm it is. I think this is a bit too warm for the jawline. I like it. I like it a lot better than their bronzing drops. Those were a bit hard to control. The colors weren't too natural, and also they had a lot of shine to them. I think those are better to mix in with your foundation or like as a base for your makeup. I like this one better as my contour slash bronzer. For my blush, I'm gonna use this Nude Stick Nude Screen Blush Tint SPF 30. I never picked these ones up. These are also mineral sunscreens. I have color Sunset Rose. I want to see how these are. I decided to pick them up for this video. I usually like Nude Sticks products. This is Sunset Rose, a bit warm and something between a rosy shade and a warm shade. I'm gonna apply this with my finger right now and then blend it out with my brush. This is not as glowy as I thought it is gonna be. Based on what I know from Nude Sticks, I thought this is gonna be a very glowy product, but it is actually not very glowy. Not very glossy, I mean. Good shade too. But I have to say, in general, I'm not a fan of anything that comes in a tube. It is very hard to apply. I prefer doe foot applicators or sticks, but the color is cute. It is warm, but not too warm. It is a good shade for summer. I'm gonna apply a little bit to my forehead. The texture is emollient, but not too emollient, and it is not glossy at all. I thought this is gonna be a glossy blush. Actually, it is a very sheer normal blush, like any other blush that you see on the market. So the fact that this has SPF 30, but it hasn't changed the consistency of the products is very impressive. Last time for my full face of SPF, I didn't have a powder. I decided to pick this one up from CL Cosmetics as well. This is their Filter and Protect SPF 30 powder. Beautiful packaging. It is not too heavy. It comes with a sponge or puff, and it opens up like this. I've tried this one very quickly once and I was very impressed. I think I'm gonna use the puff for under my eyes, and I'm gonna just take it from the cap. This is such a soft, fine powder. As soon as I heard they have a powder that is mineral sunscreen, it reminded me of the Bare Minerals one. Those are really hard to work with. They don't blend very great, for me at least, because I have dry skin. But this is a great powder in general. You cannot see it, but that's the point. This just sets your makeup without changing your makeup too much. And it is a great powder in general. This is one of the most impressive powders I have seen. Very beautiful powder. Wow. This is very impressive. I am so glad I finally picked this one up. My skin is very dry and usually powders don't look very good under my eyes. Beautiful powder. I'm gonna actually apply it to whole face now. I'm gonna use Refer 30. This is a very great powder and it adds another layer of protection onto your skin. I don't know why people don't talk about CL Cosmetics more. They are a very great brand. That's probably because they don't do a lot of PR, but in general, this is a very innovative product. I mean, I know that there are a lot of SPF powders out there. For example, I have used Jane Iredale's. I have also used a lot of them that are at Sephora and Ulta. None of them look like this. They look very thick and very unnatural. This doesn't look like that. This actually looks like a very good powder in general. This glittery shade from this palette had a little bit of fallout, but that is probably because I wasn't careful. Next time I know how glittery and how loose it is. It is more like a loose glitter. I love this powder. If you haven't tried it, I would say go try it. I usually never do that. I usually never tell you go pick up something, but this has added SPF. This is SPF 30, so I feel like that justifies it, especially if you want to reapply your SPF in summer. My face doesn't feel tacky and it didn't change the look of my foundation too much. It just took some of the shine away, which is what I wanted. Such a good find. Honestly, I almost love anything from CL Cosmetics. I have not been disappointed by any of their products. Having said that, I'm gonna use their highlighter, which I used in my CL Cosmetics full face. This is color Piper. This one is Glow and Protect SPF 50. This is how it looks like. I'm only gonna use a little bit on top of this powder. This is a very natural looking highlighter. My only issue with this one is that they don't come in enough shades, and the shades are a bit confusing to me. I mean, I wanted to pick up a warmer shade, but it was too dark for me. And there was another shade that looked too yellow to gold. It was like pure gold color. This is a beautiful color for my skin tone though. A bit more cool tone than I like, but it is cute. You can see a hint of pink on my face. I've been looking for a good mineral sunscreen lip balm recently. I decided to pick this one up, but I saw two more. One of them was from In Beauty, I think. The other one was a newer brand at Sephora. And I also saw a couple of other brands coming out with those online, which I'm very glad. There was a time that we didn't have a lot of sunscreen lip balms that had mineral sunscreen in them. This Nude Sticks one is Nude Screen Lip Primer SPF 30. There is only one color in this one. Since these are mineral sunscreens and mostly they have zinc in them, usually the mineral sunscreen lip balms are a bit thicker, but you can work them into your lips. They are gonna feel a bit thicker than a regular lip balm or lip gloss. Do you see this is the color? It is a beautiful color. It is a very versatile color in my opinion. I'm gonna apply Merit Cosmetics lip liner in Bespoke because I think this will fit this lip balm very well. You can always use your blush as your lip balm or lipstick too. You see, a lip balm usually doesn't have this much opacity to it. And lastly, I'm gonna use this setting spray. I have used their normal version without SPF. This is the only sunscreen I have here that is non-mineral. Mineral sunscreens are probably impossible to make in spray because I've never seen a mineral sunscreen that is in a spray. So this is the only one that is chemical. This is One Size Beauty Until Dawn SPF 28 setting spray. I also have the regular version and I like that one. I'm assuming this one is a little bit less matte, a little bit more glowy than that one because it has chemical SPF in it. But if this is a good one, this is actually a great one. Plus this CL powder to use to reapply your sunscreen throughout the day. And remember, for it to work out, you have to apply a lot. I'm not gonna do that right now. I think I have enough to show me the texture. This definitely makes your makeup a little bit glowier than the one that they have that doesn't have the SPF. But the same as that one, this doesn't need any time to dry down. This is very close in consistency and application to that one, but since this is a SPF one, you have to apply a little bit more than that one. So it might make some parts of your face a little bit too shiny, but for my dry skin, this is actually looking good. And my face doesn't feel sticky or anything. So this is a good one. I might pick up the bigger size. This is the finished makeup look. I hope you like it. Please don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you in my next video. Bye!